Let me tell you a story, a true story, about a man named John Carter, a young man full of enthusiasm, but also experienced the darkest days of his life. A small town, a small, pretty shop on the side of the road with an old sign. John lives in a small town in Texas. He opened a vintage clothing store, not to get rich, but because he loves vintage fashion. He wants to spread beauty, nostalgia to everyone, but things didn't go as he expected. John sits in the store, eyes tired, goods covered in dust. John's store had almost no customers. Every day he sat there looking at the street outside, wondering, what did I do wrong? Then the bills piled up. At this point, John's faith began to waver. The narrator's voice deepens, evoking emotion. One evening after a bad day, John decided to close up early. He walked to the back of the store where there was a small courtyard and looked up at the starry sky. And in that moment, he whispered a prayer. God, if I'm going the wrong way, show me. If I need to continue, please open a door, a way. Scene, quiet night, faint light from the stars. John didn't expect a miracle. He just needed a ray of light to know he wasn't alone. Scene changed. The next day, the store was still empty. Then an older man walked in. A few days later, something strange happened. An older man walked into John's store. He didn't buy anything, just walked around the store and said, "Young man, your clothes are nice, but the display is terrible." Scene, John is a little confused, but listens curiously. This man's name is Richard. He used to be the founder of a very famous retail chain, but he's retired now. He continues, "This store has potential, but you need to learn how to make it more attractive. Let me show you a few things." Richard points to corners of the store, showing you how to arrange it. And you know what? Richard spent the whole afternoon helping John. He showed him how to arrange clothes, how to use lighting to highlight products, and even how to rewrite signs to attract passersby. And the best part? Richard also introduced John to a major supplier, helping him import high-quality goods at better prices. Scene, the store begins to change, and more customers come to visit. What happened next? It was unbelievable. Within weeks, John's shop began to be crowded. He had not only escaped hardship, but also made a profit. But the special thing is, John was not only changed by Richard, but also by the prayer that night. He believes that the moment he looked up to the sky and prayed was the moment he found peace in his heart. The prayer did not change the situation immediately, but it changed the way John saw everything. John stands in front of his shop, his eyes full of confidence. You see, life sometimes pushes us into dark corners. But if you have faith in yourself, in some greater power, miracles can happen from people or things you never expected. And the story of John Carter is the clearest proof. As long as you don't give up, miracles will appear. Music builds, a crowded store is shown, John smiles. Thank you for listening to this story. If you have had difficult moments in your life, please share them in the comments. Who knows, your story may inspire others.